Day 2 of the Westbridge Funds Management Road National Championships in Western Australia being hosted at the WA High Performance Centre, and it was the elite riders of Australian cycling taking on the individual time trial. In the men's race, it was billed as a battle between the defending champion Luke Platt and second place from the previous year, Jay Vine. For Platt, things didn't go according to plan. Through the first checkpoint, he was already significantly behind, and by the end of the race, Platt finished in 8th position, 2 minutes and 44 seconds off the win, some 3 minutes slower than he was 12 months before. In the battle for the podium, it was Ben O'Connor who made a strong start. The Australian, who's been a 4th place finisher at the Tour de France, went through the first lap with the quickest time, ahead of Jay Vine, Ollie Bledden and Cal O'Brien. As they came through the halfway checkpoint, it was Jay Vine who was stepping up the tempo. He'd moved into the lead, but it was Ollie Bledden, the Olympic Games gold medalist from the team's pursuit in Paris, who was proving to be the challenger and the possible surprise. Just 13 seconds down at the midway point, with Cal O'Brien breathing down his neck in 3rd. As they came through with 1 lap to go, Vine was extending his advantage, and when he went across the finish line, he ended up taking the win and returning to the top step as the Australian time trial champion, with the gold medal 32 seconds ahead of Ollie Bledden with the silver, and Cal O'Brien for the second year running, collecting the bronze medal in 3rd. While Luke Platt was being consoled by his family and his girlfriend, Jay Vine was with his wife and young son, celebrating the win.
Jay, congratulations. You're a world-class time trialist, but in a nice way. It's never a given at the Australian titles, is there? The talent is really sky high.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always hard to get a medal here, especially so early in the season. And yeah, that was the only disappointment really from my last year results in 2025, not having the Australian cycling that I wanted to really show off. So it's nice to come back to get the title in the TT, my pet event, and yeah, hopefully good luck for the rest of the Australian summer.
Is it hard to balance it, because you have a big year ahead? You're on arguably the biggest team in the world. Balance trying to be really good in January or just good enough to win, but you've got obviously a big season to think about.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's quite difficult. My season obviously culminates with the Giro d'Italia in May. So yeah, I've got to obviously still build from here. And yeah, with Tour Down Under, UAE Tour, you can't be flying in those races, especially when you've then got the European autumn. Or yeah, it's or European spring. It's pretty difficult, but I've got to take every opportunity when you're on a team full of superstars.
Yeah, you certainly do. And so does that mean, give us a marker of where the form's at for Sunday?
The form's pretty good, I'm not going to lie. And yeah, I've got every opportunity to try and win the race. The course obviously doesn't suit me. If we were finishing on Mount Borbor, that'd be much better for me. But yeah, the form's as good as it's going to get, and I've worked really hard over the European winter, and yeah, looking forward to it.
Enjoy the win.
Thank you so much.
In the elite women's race, Brodie Chapman was the returning defending champion and the last rider down the ramp, riding for UAE Team ADQ. But through the early checkpoints, it was Ellie Anderson, Georgia Baker, they were setting the leaderboard alight, and Josie Talbot didn't ride the time trial the previous year. She was proving to be a challenger. The big question was Felicity Wilson-Heffernan from the Liddell Trek team, former junior world champion in the time trial and second in the under-23s the year before. Could she challenge in the elites? At the midway checkpoint, it proved to be that Felicity Wilson-Heffernan was the rider to beat. She went through the first checkpoint with a 13-second advantage over Brodie Chapman. Second time around, she was 22 seconds ahead. Could she hold on for the finish? Felicity Wilson-Heffernan, she went across the line with what was the best time, 40 minutes and 15 seconds. But Chapman was still to come, and she was closing. It was a nervous wait in the final few hundred metres, but Wilson-Heffernan held on, and Chapman, she missed the gold medal by 3.8 seconds. It was tight. The bronze medal, that went to Josie Talbot, just 18 seconds behind the winner. For Felicity Wilson-Heffernan, this was a big step forward and confirmation of the talent that she showed as a junior.
Felicity, well done. It was a real battle today, wasn't it? And it ended up being a lot tighter at the end than what we probably anticipated.
Yeah, I think we all know one of Brodie's strengths is the way she comes home, and she just has so much endurance and such a big heart. She always finishes so strong, so I'm not surprised that it was that close in the end, but I am surprised that I put that much time in through the middle of the race. But I think we're a bit polar opposite. I don't really do pacing so well. I like to go out full gas and just try and hang on, whereas maybe she's a little bit more measured, but I mean 3 seconds is more than I lost by last year, so I'm pretty happy to be coming out on the other side this time.
And you're going into your third year, I think, in the World Tour. You know how tough it is, and it can be a tough transition. I feel like this is another step for you, another level. Since your junior days, you're suddenly now proving that you can match it with the best. So you must feel good about that.
Yeah, it's no secret. My first 2 years out of juniors were pretty hard, and I didn't really have a lot of promising results. But Worlds already was a big step, but this one really shows to me that I can do this and I can be up there with the best. So I'm pretty proud of this one, and I'm going to take a lot of confidence into 2026.
And we've seen a few doubles done at Nationals, time trial and road race. Is it possible?
Don't jinx it here, but I'm going to give everything I can in the road race. I mean, I also have 2 great teammates there, so our little team is up against it with Jaco, but for sure we're going to give it everything we have, and yeah, fingers crossed.
In the under-23 women's individual time trial, the local favourite was Sophia Salmons. Having medalled the year before, this was her big target. But Sophie Ma recently signed with the Liv Alula Jaco women's continental team, and the winner of the Pro Velo Super League from 2025 was one of the big favourites to watch as well. So too her teammate, Mackenzie Copeland. Going through the early checkpoints, it was clear that Salmons was on a flyer. Riding for Team Red Cat, she went through the earlier checkpoints with a handy lead and extended it the closer she got to the finish line. This one, unlike all the others, wasn't close at all. Sophia Salmons went across the line with a time of 40 minutes and 22 seconds, a time that would have had her in third place in the elite race. She won the under-23s, 55 seconds ahead of Sophie Ma, and third place went to Mackenzie Copeland. For Sophia Salmons, it was confirmation of all the hard work that she had done, and it was time to celebrate the victory.
Sophia, congratulations. It is always good to get the green and gold, but it's a privilege, isn't it, at the same time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Talk to us about the course and how you went, because you went quite a bit quicker than last year and the conditions seem to be harder this year.
Yeah, I've done a lot of recon on this course. I know the course very well, and I just felt really good today. So it was really good to put it all out there and get a really good result.
And immediately after the finish, the emotion poured out. It's because you don't have room for error in a TT. You know, road race, there's so many different variables, but in a time trial, everything's got to go right on the day.
Yeah, absolutely. I only had one shot at this race, really, and I was really proud of myself. I knew how much work I put into it, and it was really, really good to get a result at the end. Yeah.
Good stuff, and then road race coming up.
Yeah, I'm so keen. I'm really excited. Yeah.
Good stuff. Well done. Enjoy it, and good luck for the road race.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Although the next Olympics are a long way away, this is the beginning of the campaign heading towards the LA Olympics. For the Paralympians, they had great success in Paris, and they're aiming for the same again in 2028. It's a long campaign, but it's gotten underway in Western Australia. Alex Welsh, the Queenslander, originally from Victoria, but now living in Queensland in the QAS colours. He took home yet another Australian title, one of the hand cyclists in the paracycling event. And for Alana Forster, with the rainbow bands on, she swaps those for the green and gold yet again, claiming yet another victory in the Australian National Championships. For Emily Petricola, riding in the rainbow jersey is the world champion. She's got 15 world titles. She always loves to get the green and gold jersey as well, and she delivered. A convincing win for Petricola in the individual time trial, and not just a win for her, also a win for her partner, Grant Allen, who had possibly the best cap at the podium presentation. When Smoko. For Darren Hicks, a Paralympic Games gold medalist and multiple world champion, always starts as the big favourite. But for Hicks, his main rival is Darren Hicks himself. Can he go better than he did the year before? Significantly for Darren Hicks, it was another strong performance. Tricky conditions with the wind blowing in Western Australia. He has claimed yet another Australian title in the individual time trial. Day 3 of the Westbridge Funds Management Road National Championships head into Northbridge. It's the criteriums. It's time for the sprinters to shine.